Following the case, the man known as Pastor G in Richmond facing sexual assault charges all the way in Texas. But we still have what happened inside the judge's chamber there.
And behind bars, how one man Henrico police say is responsible for a double shooting was caught and what charges he's facing after two teenage boys were hurt.
I'm Jarita Patterson in Richmond. A deadly shooting happening just blocks away from the VCU campus. Straight ahead, I'll tell you exactly where it happened and what you can do to help solve the crime. The story straight ahead.
Now, this is CBS 6 News.
It's 5:30. Good morning on this Wednesday, July 3rd. I'm Rob Cardwell.
And I'm Reba Hollingsworth. Thanks for joining us. We're going to have all those headlines and more in just a moment. But first, let's get you caught up on the weather with meteorologist Carrie Rose. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Reba and Rob, and good morning to all of you. We're overcast right now. You can see temperatures 74 degrees for us. Other temperatures are into the low to mid 70s across Central Virginia as we are remaining overcast. Now, let's check out the weather that you need to know. We are still muggy, warm, and tropical, and this weather pattern continues for one more day with morning mist and showers for some of you, but more of us in Central Virginia will see those afternoon scattered showers and storms, and they will, of course, produce heavy rainfall as the others have in recent days. James River update still above 5 feet, and it'll actually be rising starting tonight, so the life vests are required through the rest of this week. Big pattern across the country hasn't changed really much at all. In fact, we're seeing it go backwards to what we normally would see. The low is shifted west and the high is also shifting west. We call this retrograding, but the result for us today is still the same. It's humid. We still have a southerly flow reinforcing that moisture now from both the Gulf and the Atlantic, bringing in that rain. But it's been quiet for us here in Richmond during the overnight period. Most of the rain has been up to our north and west. It's now almost out of Palmyra. Louisa, you are still getting rained on. Now I'll update you on the forecast. We've got a stretch of games from the Flying Squirrels here at home, plus fireworks. I'll let you know what to expect for each of the first pitch times for the games coming up. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Carrie. In the news this morning, police investigating a homicide that happened in East Marshall Street late last night.
Yeah, when police arrived on the scene, they say they found a man dead from gunshot wounds. Jarita Patterson's on the scene right now. And Jarita, this is really close to VCU's campus.
Extremely close. It was in this alleyway, we are told, where that fatal shooting happened. And to give you an idea of how close we are to VCU, about 6 blocks further west, you will find the VCU campus. And then about 6 blocks further east, that is where the VCU Medical Center is located. So we are extremely close to both. And oddly enough, we are told that VCU, that police alert, it did not even go out for those students to alert and inform those students that live here in the historic Jackson Ward area. But what I can tell you, according to detectives, is this all happened just before 11 o'clock Tuesday night when police responded to a shooting, again here in the alley just off of East Marshall Street. That victim later died at the scene. Now, from there, investigators began canvassing the area for witnesses and clues, and we are told detectives are now following some very strong leads. But if you have any further information, you are urged to contact Crime Stoppers. That number is 780-1000. And I can also tell you that the victim's name has not yet been released as they now work to identify and to notify, I should say, the victim's family. But again, if you have any information, you are urged to contact Crime Stoppers at 780-1000. As we get more information, we will, of course, share that with you on air and online at WTVR.com. We are live in Jackson Ward this morning. Jarita Patterson, CBS 6 News.
All right, thanks, JP. 5:33. Let's check those roads before you head out on this Wednesday morning.
Good morning, Rob and Reba. Well, we're still working that 2-car crash that Richmond police are on scene of. It's Boulevard at Cary, right off the downtown expressway. There's no heavy traffic in the area. Traffic is still light this morning, and a tow truck should be on the way. Just the only thing to watch out for this morning. Also, let's track some real-time traffic over the Chaco Valley Bridge, 64 east and westbound. As of this morning, about 5:33, we are accident-free according to state police. So if your commute takes you out towards the airport or the Sandston area, you are in good shape if you're heading out of town for the 4th of July weekend. In or out of the downtown area over all of our bridges, we are not seeing any problems. And just a reminder that tonight we have RVA fireworks on the James. Now that starts at 6:30 on Browns Island. However, fireworks start at 9:15. There's a couple prime viewing areas, especially Oregon Hill, even the Virginia War Memorial. You may want to consider going out to the Manchester area, which is just south of the river, or even Chimborazo Park. Robin, Reba, back to you.
All right, thanks, Kristen. A teenager killed in a car crash over the weekend is being remembered today.
Family and friends will honor Timothy Childers at the site where the 18-year-old was killed, but his family is having trouble coming up with the money to pay for his funeral. Jake Burns reports.
Sorry.
It's the kind of hug no family wants to give. But Rachel Childers needs a little support right now. This is her son Timothy's truck. State police say Timothy ran off the road in Dinwiddie on Sunday and went airborne. The 18-year-old did not survive.
He was such a good-hearted boy. He would take his shirt off his back for anybody.
The pain Childers feels is more than noticeable. However, the loss of her college-bound son now goes even deeper.
I can't afford to pay for the funeral. And I can't afford to pay for the casket.
Childers is on disability. Her husband, workman's comp.
No money coming in right now.
But financial burdens don't stop there for Childers. She recently took custody of her 3 grandchildren. The oldest is 4.
He had so many friends.
Timothy, or TJ as he's known, recently graduated high school. Friends have flooded his Facebook page with support, according to his mother. That support has helped the family begin to heal, but finalizing that process will be difficult if Childers can't pay for TJ's funeral.
I just need some help helping me bury my baby. I want to give him a proper burial.
Now, Childers' family says they're actually holding a memorial service tonight at the crash site. That's on Hamilton Arms Road at 6 p.m. in Dinwiddie County. If you want to help out the Childers family, you can donate to any Wells Fargo bank. Just go and mention the Timothy Childers Memorial Fund, or you can send money directly to the Joseph J. Johnson Funeral Home in McKinney. Reporting in Richmond, Jake Burns, CBS 6 News. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks, Jake. A man wanted in connection with the Henrico double shooting is behind bars this morning. Henrico police say Joshua Combs, who you see here, was caught earlier Tuesday. Investigators say Combs drove a pickup truck past a home in the 1400 block of Almond Tree Drive and opened fire Sunday night. 2 teenage boys standing outside were shot in the leg. Combs is facing malicious wounding and firearms charges. Henrico police also say that the vehicle they were looking for has been found. A state trooper is on leave this morning after getting arrested. This is Crystal Gail Ramsey, and she's accused of using the statewide criminal information network to first look up people's information and then sell it. The 31-year-old has been indicted on 9 counts of computer invasion of privacy charges. Ramsey lives in Virginia Beach and will be back in court next Wednesday.
The man accused of groping a woman at King's Dominion is now out of jail. A judge released Albert Mahaney Tuesday on his own recognizance. Mahaney is accused of inappropriately touching a woman in a wave pool at the amusement park last month. He heads back to court in September. A black bear in the Weston neighborhood is still making appearances. Wildlife officials say the bear has most likely stayed in the area due to the amount of food available. Right now, they're still hoping for the bear to move away on his own, but the more he stays there, the more doubtful that becomes. Henrico Animal Control is also asking people to make sure all food and trash is put away to keep the bear from coming back.
We have a CBS 6 update for you. 11 more people are facing felonies, all for painting this makeshift memorial for their 17-year-old friend Cal Riley, who committed suicide in June. And this is after 2 teens already appeared in court for felony charges. 4 of those now charged are 17, 3 are 16, 2 15-year-olds, another 14, and the last is 48. Now, many of the students and their parents are worried that these felony charges could put their future in jeopardy as they continue through high school and try to get into college or the military. Tyler Cosner is thinking about joining the Air Force.
Meeting down here every day, every other day, knowing that there's going to be at least 10 people here that were really good friends with him, and just hanging out with them all day, knowing they have the same emotions, they're going through the same thing I am, it really helped.
Many of the teens and the parents we talked to tell us that they thought that the Hampton Park Homeowners Association would allow them to paint over that memorial tunnel on July 29th. But then last week, the Hampton Park paid a private contractor to repaint it.
CBS 6 now knows the defense team for Geronimo Aguilar, or Pastor G, filed a protective order against the investigators after he appeared in a Texas courtroom yesterday. Aguilar's defense believes a conversation he had with one of the investigators in the case may have been a violation of attorney-client privilege. Both parties met in the judge's chambers for roughly 3 hours after Aguilar appeared in a Texas courtroom. Aguilar is charged with 7 felonies related to allegations he sexually assaulted 2 sisters 17 years ago in Fort Worth. The deal is done to save Virginia Beach's historic Cavalier Hotel. Their city council has signed off an agreement where the city will pay $18 million to developer Bruce Thompson, who is putting up nearly $259 million to redo the building. The hotel at the oceanfront may be torn down, while the older Cavalier Hotel will have its interior renovated. Work is expected to begin in the fall.
Richmonders may not have a chance to vote on a location for a new ballpark after City Council takes action. Should the ballpark stadium be located at the current location? That was the question that you were supposed to see this November. But Monday night, City Council recommended to kill that measure for a referendum. CBS 6 has learned that the lease for the Flying Squirrels and the Diamond is set to expire in 2014. And according to the organization's vice president, Todd Parnell, a new stadium would need to be part of the discussion for a longer deal past that.
It's something that's obviously needs to be talked about and needs to be discussed.
At this stage, only the council panel has recommended killing the referendum. A formal vote is expected at the next council meeting on July 8th, when there will also be opportunity for community input.
Well, speaking of the Flying Squirrels, we've been talking a lot about the future of a new baseball stadium. Ahead this morning, a live interview with the big man himself, Todd Parnell. Look at him.
You know, it's always history when a no-hitter is thrown in the big leagues, but find out why this one breaks even more records and is even more rare.